some fascinating moments yesterday at a House hearing with Secretary of Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Mark Pocan, Democratic congressman, asked RFK a simple question. Today, would you vaccinate your kids for measles? And RFK pulls out a fascinating one. He goes, I don't think people should be taking medical advice from me. What? I mean, he's right, but he's been giving medical advice for how long now? Listen to this.
Something that might be helpful is you've previously said you vaccinated your children. Just because I think this is a helpful answer, and this isn't a gotcha, I promise. If you had a child today, would you vaccinate that child for measles?
For measles, probably for measles. What I would say is my opinions about vaccines are irrelevant.
Except he was chosen because of those opinions to be Secretary of Health and Human Services. That's the funny thing. My opinions don't matter. Well, you're here because of your dumb opinions.
Jay Bhattacharya.
Sure. No, like I said, I don't want to.
So that everybody can make that decision. But I don't want to seem like I'm being evasive.
Yeah.
But I don't think people should be taking medical advice from me.
Right. No, I got that. And I'm not asking you to give them medical advice, but would you vaccinate your child for measles?
If I answer that question directly, that it will seem like I'm giving advice to other people, and I don't want to be doing that. I want people to make.
But that's kind of your jurisdiction because CDC does give advice, right? I'm not trying to do it as a gotcha. I was just
What we're going to try to do is to lay out the pros and cons, the risks and benefits accurately as we understand them.
Okay.
With replicable studies.
Can you talk about chickenpox? Would you vaccinate your child against chickenpox?
I don't want to give advice. I can tell you in Europe, they don't use the chickenpox vaccine specifically because the preclinical trial shows that when you inoculate the population for chickenpox, you get shingles in older people, which is more dangerous.
Just one last one, just a yes or no, please, if you could. Polio?
Polio? Again, I don't want to be giving advice.
You get the picture, okay? The Secretary of Health and Human Services says we shouldn't take medical advice from him. Now, I happen to agree in this particular case that that's true, but this is a guy who built his entire public persona in the last 15, 20 years on giving nonstop medical advice, often bad medical advice on vaccines, on autism, on COVID. And now suddenly it's who am I? Well, you're the Secretary of Health and Human Services. And now all of a sudden he's backing off of every opinion he's given.